Hello everyone and welcome back to Astronomy Arcade. My name is Victoria, but you can call me Vicky, but today you can call me Iara because it's D&D Dungeons and Dragons night.
Just D&D.
I have to pause. I have to pause every time.
I swear I heard the screech of tires on that one.
Yes, normally on Tuesdays we play something called Dungeons and Dragons in Space. But lately we've been playing just classic Dungeons and Dragons. Specifically a campaign that we like to call Fate's Call. I didn't mean to say call twice within 3 words, but I did. It's a fun adventure that McKenna has been DMing, and I will pass it over to him to get you guys caught up to speed on what happened last time.
Sure. Before we do that, do you guys want to do? I don't remember. Are we doing character intro?
I think so the way that we do in the D&D in Space is usually Grant gives us the intro or the summary, and then we do intros. But we can do either way because this is a different campaign.
Fuck it, let's flip it.
Okay, great, cool. So character intros first. Amanda goes first because she's in the first box.
Help. This is breaking my brain too, guys. Hi, I'm Amanda, but tonight I'm playing Caleb, a paladin fighter, multi-class. First time multi-classing. Very fun, very cool. I work for the Raven Queen. She's my bitch. And I have a little bird named Edgar. I'm just kidding. That was Amanda speaking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think the Raven Queen might have some thoughts about that.
No, I'm her bitch. Absolutely.
I don't know about that one.
I just mean like Amanda was like, oh yeah, she's my bitch. But like, yeah. Anyway, that broke my brain also. But I have a pet raven, and his name is Edgar, and he's a gift from the goddess herself, and the best boy. And that's it, I guess. Who's next?
Grant.
Oh, it's me next. Okay, this is a different order.
We go in the box.
Everything's wrong.
Last time you went. Okay, I'm Grant. I will be playing Allie, our druid barbarian mix, who turns into scary prehistoric creatures, sometimes cute ones, and generally just causes havoc. And yeah, that's pretty much her deal. She's maybe been doing vigilante shit on the side for the last few years. Well, I'm sure there won't be any consequences for that. Ever.
And I'm Iara. Well, I'm Vicky, but I play Iara. And I am a tiefling sorcerer with a little bit of bard thrown in there. I am I have affectionately named the Rave Magician. I do magic and have a fun synth that I have not named yet. There's got to be a good name. I'm looking for something. If anybody has any ideas, I'm looking for something akin to like the Critical Role. They call guns pepper boxes. Something fun like that, but for a synthesizer. If anybody's got any ideas.
A weave roller. I don't know. His magic's comes from the weave. I don't know.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, we'll workshop it later.
Oh my god, I just knocked all of my dice off the desk behind the bed. It's fine.
Wait, what?
I had all of my dice. I had all of my dice on this little tower, and I knocked them all off, and they all went behind my bed. Anyway, we could just. I'm Chaos Incarnate, actually, is my character, so it works. You want to take over, Mac?
Yeah, I'll take over. And I am Mac. I am the lens of which all of you in chat and watching, and these 3 great adventurers will be experiencing the world of Rhythia, the world that I have created. So, with that in mind and introductions out of the way, last we left off, I fucking know how to do my job.
No, Amanda likes the
Thank you
music.
for reminding me to put on the music because I did forget.
I like it. Sorry. I'm a pilot all over
This is
again.
no, this is good. No, this is
I'm a
good. Oh,
pilot.
thank you, Grant. Thank you for contributing.
Oh, I don't have stream open, so
Oh,
Yeah, I
we
don't
gotta
either.
swap. There we
every
go.
chance I get.
Okay. Anyway, last we left off, these three adventurers that you see before you found their paths crossing yet again in the capital city of Essos on the night of the Starlight Festival. There was a bit of an awkward reunion that was held as these three individuals had not seen each other for quite some time. Memories were shared, feelings were strange, and the three of you found yourselves in the open air promenade in Essos as the Starlight Festival began, the celebration of a massive meteor shower that stretches across the night sky, painting the cityscape in these beautiful blues and purples, interrupted by a massive explosion ripping one of the spires in the city asunder. Three individuals floated down from this newfound hole in the spire, which the three of you gave chase, finding that it was an individual you had crossed paths with previously. That's a tongue twister. Gelthul, a vampire, of which was one of the two responsible for the fourth member of your party being slain. A large battle was had, things were duked out. Iara completely opened up and demolished the other mage that was there before they even could move. And Gelthul escaped yet again. So we open up, we'll open up after you guys have had some discussions, speaking to your good friend Triss over a morning coffee. And outside the Ugly Duckling, just below Iara's apartment, finishing up and discovering that Gelthul had seemingly stolen implements in order to attempt to raise their friend from the dead, Azriel, another individual that you have all come across before in your past. So, the morning is just beginning. You've all figured out your conversation. Triss has begun to leave in the morning air. What do you all do?
So how much help do we actually?
It depends what we're walking into. I wouldn't mind some extra muscle, but as you pointed out, we did kind of wipe the floor with Galthul when we last met him. I could also do with a map. Does anyone know where we can find a map?
I'll find us a map. That's fine.
I don't know about you guys, but the temple would love to see this. I hold up the book with the necromancy spell in it. We don't necessarily have to give it away, but they need to know about it. And they can probably help.
You think they give it back?
If it helps me complete my mission, yeah. That, or we could potentially leave it there for safekeeping. And then Galthul literally can't have it.
Until
In
he
case something
goes to
happens.
the temple and destroys it to get the book.
I'd love to see him try.
I mean, he destroyed one of the spires already.
Yeah, and
But-
infiltrated an entire city protected by the Crown's Guard, no less. Their Crown's Guard may be the city guard, but they're not idiots.
Yes,
I
but
mean,
the
not
Raven
complete
Queen.
idiots.
But
Not complete idiots. Don't worry, I've met a few idiots among them, but they're not completely incompetent. They're just slow responding.
Yes, but then we have a literal deity at our side, and if the temple knows about this, they'll know what's coming. Also, Galthul won't know where it is.
I would say Allie does look a little reluctant to go back.
Why would you want to keep the book?
I want to keep the book around so that we can use it as leverage potentially. It's something he wants. Maybe we can get him to do something. Maybe make a misplay. Play right into our hands. Caleb, you have chased vampires. You got to know that you can manipulate them back.
How honest is Allie being right now? Or slash, can I roll for that?
You absolutely can.
I mean, go ahead.
What is that on here?
Would be insight.
Insight. I have
And
a character
Grant.
sheet that I made. It's cute.
It's
Yay!
deception. Yeah.
Oh!
I
I
And
should have looked at the die before I looked at my sheet. It's a nat 20.
How this works. So I will still need totals from the two of you, but
Okay.
going forward in the future, Grant, you do not have to say which it is. You do not have to declare that out loud. You either choose if it is persuasion or deception, and based off of the roll, I trust you all to narratively describe what the other person should think based off of how well you roll. You can keep that a secret.
I like
Okay.
that.
It's
So
the
what
same
is the-
roll regardless.
So what is the total for that ERA?
27.
27.
Yes, girl.
I'm good at 2 things. You got a
If you would
3?
like-
Perfect.
If you would like to describe
I can read her like a book.
Allie,
I mean, Allie's definitely trying to make a point that covers the fact that she wants to keep it around as a precaution.
But for no other reason.
She wants to keep it around because, A, what she stated, it can be used to manipulate the guy, but also she wants to keep it around just in case it needs to be used on someone. She's hedging her bets against something bad happening to one of you. Or at least that would be a fairly easy conclusion to come to, I suspect. And
Do I know?
with how
What did-
poorly she rolled, it probably is pretty clear.
what did you say, Dame or Fuck.
All of them. It's fine. I'm say
yeah, that was two, Vicky.
That's me.
That was 2 in a row.
I've got to
Man.
move the oxen-free.
Yeah, we're- Man.
I was gonna say, like, do I notice that too, or is it like too late to, like?
I would say with how roll Allie low. Whoa. How low Allie rolled. It's been a day.
It's been a week. It's
It's
been a
fairly
year.
easy to notice.
I think I kind of lean forward on the table and like narrow my eyes, and Edgar also gets kind of an interesting expression on his face, and he's like staring like into your soul, basically.
Probably noticing that these two are kind of just staring at her. Allie clears her throat and says, I'm gonna, what shops are around here? She stands up and starts walking. And starts walking.
I grab your arm and I like, as gently as I can, sit you back down and do not let go. Can I make an intimidation roll? Like,
What are you trying to do, Caleb?
I'm trying to like intimidate the information, what she actually means. out
I
of
mean,
her.
she's afraid that we're gonna beef it. Right? She's afraid that one of us is gonna die in this, and she wants the book around. Which does not instill a lot of confidence in me that this is gonna go well.
Allie,
I've learned
listen
to
to
have backup plans.
Look, I don't want to get rid of the book either. But
Don't you dare use this on me. His grip on your arm tightens. And frankly, you better not do it while I'm around.
Allie stares Caleb dead in the eyes and says, using it on you? Okay, that's your choice. Using it while you are around? I don't think that's your call. I think someone a little higher up on the payroll gets to choose whether or not that's right or wrong. Don't you? She pulls her arm free and walks away.
where are you
Caleb
going?
kind of stands.
Sorry.
He slams his fist on the table and he's like, she doesn't fucking understand what she's dealing with. I look at you, Yara.
I don't think you do either.
I do. I understand full well what I'm dealing with. I know what I signed up for, and I know what the Raven Queen stands for. Necromancy is off the table.
So you're going in this planning to get yourself killed too, then.
If I die, so be it.
That's
my
not
ending.
how we should.
But you better believe I am not going down without a fight, and making sure Galthul goes down too.
Well,
this
I'm
time.
not interested in dying, and I'm not interested in watching either of you die either. Allie, get back here. Do you want me to roll
Edgar
persuasion?
flies after you.
Allie stops and does not keep walking.
I can roll persuasion. I am quite good at that too. I spec'd into like 3 things.
Allie comes back but does not sit down.
Look, if you two want to do this, I'm not going to stop you, and I'm not going to let you go by yourselves. But it's really fucking stupid to go into it thinking you're going to die. If you think you're going to die, then don't do it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said the first time. Nobody fucking listened. So maybe we do it differently. Or not at all.
What do you suggest then?
I don't know. Backup, knowledge, something? I don't know.
I brought up the temple for a reason.
Knowledge. Sorry.
Was
He's
that
like,
one
I
of the
gotta break the
NPCs?
tension real quick.
Oh, that's me stimming.
Is that from something? Anyway. Look, I just
So-
want...
Fine. Caleb, go see what you can find out at the temple. If there's anything useful, fine. If they can lend any assistance, great. If they don't, we should probably consider at least asking if anyone in the King's Guard is willing, or the Crown's Guard is willing to at least hamper any additional attempts to escape that this guy might do. You know, if we're going to, like, a dungeon or something, have them at least guard the entrance.
Fine, then where can I meet with you guys when I'm done? And will you actually be there this time? He kind of glances towards Yara and then away.
You can meet me at my fucking house. It's upstairs. The one that I invited you to. The one that I've been waiting at for 6 years. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to some people that can get us a map. Yara gets up and walks away. See you in a bit.
Caleb gets up and starts walking, but Edgar kind of waits at the table looking between you a little bit longer before flying and catching up to Caleb.
Love that bird. This is tense. Yes, New
I know.
Jersey.
I'm like, hey, Vicky, Grant, I love you guys so much.
No, I
hope you
know. I'm playing a character.
I know. Chat, we love each other very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going
gonna-
alone to the temple.
I'm gonna say after a long moment, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if Allie even remembers where the Crown's Guard are essentially based, and she's gonna see if she can find an old acquaintance.
Yeah.
I hope that we paid for our coffee when we ordered it. Because we all
What?
just left it. I said, I hope we paid for our coffee when we ordered it, because we all just pieced out from the table.
I assumed we gave it
I
to
seem
them.
to remember Iara
That was-
saying that to add it to her tab.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
That was
okay.
a joke. I should have made that
just-
clearer.
You see,
Disappeared.
you see Edgar just suddenly fly back, drop a little coin in your purse, and then fly back somewhere.
Caleb's like, fuck, here, take this back. I love it. You were
Okay.
waiting for Vicky to get up and go look for a map. I can go get up and look for a map. I don't think I have a map in the other room.
You have a map? Map of what?
Joshua Tree.
Ooh, that's
Well,
cool.
Pretty good map to have
Yeah,
a map of.
right
Do you
on.
want it? I get it. Do you want it?
Kinda. A
Okay.
little bit.
I'll get it. Okay, hold on.
This brief map interruption is brought to you by...
Can I have your map for Joshua Tree? Where is
We need props.
we need it from? We're working on it.
I also see secret deliberations happening.
Oh yeah. The danger of the DM and one of the players living in the same house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Concerning.
Thank you, sir. Y'all ready for this? Joshua Tree.
Oh, wow!
That's cool.
That's a good map.
That's a good map.
It's big.
That's a map of Joshua Tree, all right.
Map.
So this is our world map, guys. This is
Yeah, that's
there are no oceans.
this is
Desert.
well,
Well,
everybody.
No, yeah, there's no water. You're right.
This is what we're gonna use.
There's like little blue squares
I'm, like,
for whatever
right there.
reason. Those we can pretend those are really, really square oceans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Humans in this world don't need water to survive.
Right on.
Hold that later.
Yeah.
No,
It's
they just
osmosis from the air.
they just work with the Lars family. They've got a very large plantation of moisture evaporators. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. And now it's becoming D&D in space again. Okay. So, we will pick up. Let's see. Okay, let's go with Iara first. What are you doing in this time that your compatriots are away?
I so confidently walked away thinking that I could find us a map, and I don't. And then I get probably a block away and realize I don't even know where the fuck I'm getting a map for. What map am I looking for? Where are we going? I didn't even ask where we were fucking going, motherfucker. And then I'm like, I'll figure it out. I'll get a map of the region or something. I don't know. I'll get a couple maps. I checked my change purse. I got some cash. I'll figure it out. And I go to, I don't know, whatever curio shop, or actually I was writing a thing that takes place in the D&D universe, and I the idea of the D&D universe.
Why did Grant look diabolical when you said that?
Cause he always looks like that when I say I'm writing something. He already knows what it is. It's just a silly little novella project. It's the
Oh, I'm
second
sorry, I
one
thought-
because
I heard reading. I'm dumb.
no writing. But it's but I had to think of a thing of somebody who would be like, this is the way you're gonna take to get to this place, because like a travel agency for medieval times, and so I called them the Wayfinder shop. So if there's something like that,
Cute.
It is very easy for in the city of Essos the City of Prosperity and Trade to find a cartographer
Oh,
and
that's what the word is.
that exists. um,
Cartographer.
that specialize in outfitting those that are about to travel and trade via land, the proper charts and maps and things. So
Perfect. I go
I will say,
there.
okay. Very easy to find for the small price of 2 silver. You can get a map of this region of Phrythia that incorporates sort of a quarter of the entirety of the continent itself. Which I will give to you once I've made it.
We have a map.
Not right now, but there will be one.
Okay.
Yay!
That's exciting.
Once it becomes pertinent for you guys to use. So
Yeah, I'll get a map. And what else am I gonna do? That's like the main thing. I'm stewing over what fucking
stewing?
Caleb said. Cause I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
mad. He goes, will you be there? Bitch, I've been here for 6 years. I never left. I never left.
I like to imagine that Yara is saying all of this out loud, walking back map in hand.
I never left.
The audacity.
The audacity. Yara also, because I did say in the last ep that I was gonna pass by Triss's place when I was alone to grab some supplies, and I do go by Triss's to get specifically the illicit supplies that I need.
Okay.
Because, listen, I do magic with drugs, so I need the drugs.
That's what Rave Magician is
All
all
right.
about.
So we will come back to you heading to Portable Potence, the shop run by your friend Enchanted Ursarin. We'll cut to Allie for this brief moment. Allie, you said that you were looking for, or attempting to remember where the Crown's Guard is based out of. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, I
think even when she was adventuring with everybody, she probably didn't pay much attention to the city itself. It was
That's
more
fair.
of a stopping point.
That being said, the Citron Garrison is something that you guys have spent a decent amount of time at, whether visiting for the return of odd jobs and getting paid by the Crown's Guard themselves, or the time or two of which you had to break one of your compatriots out of said place or pay their bond to be released from it. Sort of deep in the Spire district, the more regal district of the city, is where the main garrison is located, and would be relatively close to the promenade where you guys all are. Walking past that and entering into the Spire district itself, you do walk past the open air portion of the promenade where you all were last night. And even in the early bustle of this morning, there are about 3 or 4 dozen Crown's Guard sort of in this portion of the promenade, just sort of watching everyone, keeping a bit of a perimeter around what you now see is the large chunks of rubble that had come cascading down to the ground, and the still existing large, almost 20-foot in diameter hole that has been blasted into the side of one of these spires. You see that there are currently crews that are trying to clean up from last night's events. Looking amongst the crowd, you don't see anyone necessarily that you recognize amongst the Crown's Guard at this time. But continuing into the Spire district itself, being stopped on occasion by a Crown's Guard or two, just checking you as you are a light-footed individual and are not always the most inconspicuous. but everything seems to be checked out. You are signed into the Spire District, as they do have a perimeter, and you come across the Citrin Garrison.
Okay. Do they have like a front desk I can walk up to or something? Because if they do, I'm just going to, walk up there and see if I can find out where someone might be.
There is the main entrance to the garrison, while there's not necessarily, or it's the portion that is detached from the stockade itself. And while there is not necessarily a front desk, there are 2 guard that are standing out just outside of the main entry, at attention, holding spears, just watching. And one does step forward as you approach, heading towards that entrance.
Okay. Seeing as they're stepping forward and volunteering to talk to me, I walk up and say, good morning. I'm looking. You wouldn't happen to know where a Kadash Ural is currently posted, would you? Looking to see if I can have a word.
The lieutenant, is there a... Have you put in a formal request? Is there a meeting scheduled?
Not exactly.
I will go see if they are available. What is your name?
He would know me as Allie.
Gives you a bit of a quizzical look and turns around and does head inside. And there's a bit of a awkward silence, if not unbroken, of you and the other guard standing there, then trying to, still watching sort of this portion of the Spire District and noticing people walking by, and occasionally there's an awkward glance to you and back out to everything that's going on.
Quiet day so far?
Unfortunately, no. It has been quite the spectacle, if you were not aware.
I heard a few things.
And after a couple of moments, the other guard would, or you would see the door open up again, and the other guard hold it open as they sort of gesture you inside. The lieutenant would like to speak with you. Please follow me.
I do.
Taking you indoors and through a couple of hallways and other portals, you are led to, or a final door is opened up into this rather small sort of office that exists in this space, lit by low candlelight and one small window, where you would see a rather large figure that is sitting at a desk that seems a little too small for their stature, but the very burly shoulders and the well-adorned and cleaned breastplate, this gray-skinned half-orc man with these beady red eyes and small tusks that protrude from the bottom lip, you would recognize this as Kadash.
Well, Allie steps in, and I'm assuming as soon as the door closes, says, Lieutenant? When did that happen?
I did not think that these assumptions were actually correct. As he stands up from his desk and sort of walks over to you, and that you are shadowed by the size of this figure as he takes his gauntleted hand and sort of sets it on your shoulder as it's engulfed by just how big it is. And there is this very firm grasp that is put on you in this moment as he sort of leans down. I did not realize you were in the city. I apologize for that going back past my gaze. It's good to see you, Allie.
Good to see you too, Kadash.
You've gotten strong, I see. You're doing good.
All that wilderness living, what can I say?
Please, sit, come. What do I owe the pleasure of seeing you again?
Well, Allie takes a seat, and just I guess kind of just a general question. How cool is Kadash when it comes to our shenanigans? How lightly would I know I have to tread, or how not lightly would I know I have to tread?
Vibe check on Crash.
During the time that you all worked together, or there was this loose relationship that you all sort of had, working as sellswords basically in the city of Essos, and working with the Crown's Guard at the time. You know that Kadash's utmost priority was the safety of individuals and less of the bureaucracy of things.
Okay.
There were many a time where they skirted the line of laws in order to protect the people and in turn protect you all.
Sounds like exactly Allie's kind of person. Okay.
Really quick.
Allie takes...
Can I interrupt just for a second? Because I don't want it to be too long. Kyle's here. I just wanted to say hi. And I wanted to let you guys know. He said good morning from Tokyo.
Aw.
Good morning.
Yeah, so I just didn't want to... It's been a few minutes. I wanted to make sure that we said hi before he goes off and does his fun traveling. So
Thanks for popping
Sometimes.
in. Hope you're having fun.
yeah.
Yeah. Hope you're having a good time.
We miss you.
So, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, it has everything to do with last night, actually. We were, I mean, obviously I haven't been in town a lot lately, but I came back for the Starlight Festival, and obviously things went a little wrong. Long story short, our old friend Galthul seems to be involved.
See there, as you begin talking, their demeanor shifts from this very jovial, sort of smiling face and becomes much more serious and is very intently watching you as you speak and is very listening to every single word that you say and is paying attention to the phrasing of things and every, word that kind of comes out of your mouth. And as that demeanor change happens, you notice their eyes look tired. With sort of bags under them that you can now kind of notice in this sort of more serious expression. We had heard that Yara was in the promenade last night as things happened, and there were eyewitnesses that said that she had prevented more damage from occurring and saved quite a few people, and that there were two others that seemingly stepped in.
That would have been me and Caleb.
I see.
On the plus side, your streets are a little cleaner than they were.
Okay.
I forgot about the flooding out that happened. That just like, let's just sweep the rats down the sewer.
Literally.
The I don't want to deal with the cockroach, so run the water.
It's like, get the way.
Out
I
of
did that with
curiosity,
the
were the
silverfish.
people caught up in the water okay? I just wanted to double check.
Well, thanks to the three of you, there were no casualties and just minor injuries. So you have mine and the crown's apologies. Thanks. I'm assuming that last night had to deal with him.
Yep. Him and two others. Seemed to be a magic user and a fighter of some kind.
I'm assuming the two we found.
That would be correct.
So, what do you know that you would be willing to share with us?
Allie takes a moment to think. But I think her decision is heavily weighed by the fact that in a lot of ways, Kadash has, it sounds like, helped us out, and there's been a lot of back and forth between the party and this guy. So I think she's going to fill him in on her suspicions. That it seems like Galthul was trying to resurrect his old friend, and also her suspicions that if it took 6 years for him to get to this point, he's been busy doing something else.
I see. Well, I'm assuming from the way that you are speaking that the three of you are going to get involved.
That was the plan.
The situation is most troubling, but and with that, I would like to offer the Crown's Guard help as I can, but I cannot just send men or myself on a wild chase of suspicion.
Perfectly reasonable to me.
If you can find something concrete or pinpoint a location within the walls that we could be of use in a raid or taking something down, if there's going to be a fight of some kind that threatens the city, this is something I can help with.
I will keep that in mind. She glances at the window. Are you accessible by bird most of the time?
If I am here, if not, I'm most likely patrolling the city.
Okay. Well, if we do need help, don't be too surprised if a small bird shows up or something.
I will try and keep my eyes out. You can also find any Crown's Guard, and they can report back to me as soon as their feet will carry them. But I ask that you keep us informed, and we shall do the same.
To the best of my ability.
Okay.
And once we've taken care of this, I'm pretty sure I still owe you a drink at one of the taverns, so it'll be on me.
I will never say no.
Allie gives him a slap on the arm and stands up and heads out.
Neem walks you out to the front of the garrison. I wish our reunion was under better circumstances, but it is good to see you.
Likewise, Kadash. Hopefully next time we get together, it can be the four of us, because I'm sure it would do at least Caleb some good to catch up with you a bit.
If that sellsword needs someone to put him in his place again, you send him here.
I'll keep that in mind.
Kyle said, "Are you accessible by bird?" No, I keep a giant net wrapped around me at all times. Why? Are you accessible by bird? That's an insane question. It's so funny.
You keep your pager on you at all times.
You keep some bird feet on your shoulder at all times.
Yo.
Do you have a convenient perch nearby at all times?
Okay. Well, with that, we will shift over to Caleb. You were going to the temple
Correct.
of the Raven Queen.
Yes.
Well, excuse me. Approaching it, the very familiar road that you have taken multiple times now, coming to the large sort of Gothic-esque structure that is the Temple of the Raven Queen. Entering in, you are hit with the familiar smell of incense in this sort of quiet droning of footsteps on the dark marbled floors that echo in this chamber. There is one individual that you know of in this temple, Caleb, that is they are not.
Okay, cool.
This is one just for you.
You.
That is one lemon.
What?
Lemon.
Lemon?
L-A-M-I-T-H. Lemon.
L-A-M.
I straight up
There's
just
another-
saw. I thought you said lemon. I thought you said the
Lime
phrase.
lemon.
I was
Lemon.
like, oh yeah, of course, the
Lemon.
name lemon.
Lemon. Okay.
Who is another champion to the Raven Queen, similar as yourself, but he is they stay here in the temple for the most part.
What is the like hierarchy of the temple?
There is no real hierarchy.
Okay.
In the following of the Raven Queen, for those that don't know, there are the champions and the maidens. Typically, the champions are the warriors, the fighters, devoted to the Raven Queen. The maidens tend to be the more of the cleric variety, the spellcasters devoted to such an individual, and that kind of thing. Not necessarily defined by gender, but tends to be the case. And there are those that tend to stick around and protect the temples, protect their knowledge that exists inside of them, and those individuals tend to adorn the porcelain masks whenever they're seen in the temple. You would know that Lamenth is one of those that does almost always wear his mask.
Caleb would know, but like Amanda doesn't. Would I put on my mask to go in here?
If you would like to. It's not required.
I think he would before locking it for this kind of a
Okay.
matter.
Okay.
And then I would go find Lameth right away.
Relatively easy to do, as you do just find them. Another very stout figure that exists in this world. The sleeveless robes that just sort of drape down in front of them. And the very toned arms that express this sort of more ebony skin. thought I had my colors fucked up there. It's more ebony skin. As you see a very tight black braid coming from the back of their head with the white porcelain mask in the front. As they're just seemingly standing in front of this honeycombed spire that houses all of the porcelain busts, just seemingly with their head down slightly, arms or hands clasped over one another as though they're praying.
They're praying to do something right now? Like
They're facing the column.
Okay. Caleb would quietly approach and he was kneeling.
He's not kneeling.
Okay. Just approach quietly, like announcing his presence, but giving him the time he needs to finish.
It's been a long time. Oh, I'm doing the same fucking act. Hold on.
Hey, he's everywhere. Bada bing, bada boom. No, don't do brick, please. Don't do brick, please.
Brick.
Don't do brick. I can't do it.
No, that's kind of funny. No.
Please no.
You could do an imitation of one of the other characters.
Storm.
Your best. Oh god. I was gonna say do your best attempt.
I don't like it. I don't like.
Kyle's not here. Do your best attempt at least.
That's just talking normally. But slightly fruity.
Kyle also said do leave, and he said do it.
No, it's okay. I do have a voice. I do have a voice for this guy.
British guy.
I have a voice.
He's like, stop yelling at me.
Yelling at me.
I love it. This is hilarious.
It's good to see you again, Caleb.
Victor? Sorry.
Stop it.
This is serious business.
This is 2 times over 2 days. What a pleasure.
Well, Lameth, he kind of glances around and is like, first of all, we need to somewhere maybe a bit more private for now. I need to discuss something very urgent with you.
And they just sort of stand up, right, and look at you. The expressionless mask, being something that you're used to, but in this sense is somewhat off-putting, having it staring back at you. And wordlessly, they just move down to another portion of the chamber. Down another hallway into another section that is the smaller chamber that exists, sort of off to the side. That there are 2 individuals in there, and seeing Lameth walk in, they do just sort of grab their things and leave as the 2 of you enter in. He just turns and looks at you expectantly.
Caleb actually kind of walks around the room for a minute, and then he actually takes off his mask and puts it on, like, the closest desk or something. Whatever's there. He takes a long sigh. We found him. Last night.
In the city.
Yes.
And?
We were damn near close to catching him. Fucking slipped right through our fingers again. Same exact.
It is not easy to catch someone as experienced as go through.
Unfortunately.
Has there been any other attempts to track them?
Well, my companion knows where he is, but withholds the information. But I wanted to bring it to your attention. hopes that can provide some support. This is part.
Sorry, just letting you know, Amanda. It's the thing is happening again, where every once in a while one of your words is dropping.
Oh, okay.
I
Should
don't know
turn
if
up?
you want to try to turn your mic up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do that. Do I need to repeat anything?
I don't think so. I think we got the gist of it, but
Okay.
Just eat your mic. Pretend like it is.
Ew.
No, seriously, like move it closer to you.
Okay.
Kind of far.
microphone.
Hello. How's this?
That's so bad.
Oh dear God, Amanda, do you know, please?
Oh
Is this good?
We're just being really sonically. I'm sure we've lost all of our viewers now. Thank you guys. That's good. That's good. We're doing good.
Oh no! Oh yeah!
Oh yeah.
All right. Let me know if it keeps happening. What did you just say?
What?
Sorry, I was having the realization after people were saying, oh yeah, Allie and Wild Shape could do a Kool-Aid man through a wall potentially.
No.
Anyway,
no.
sorry.
Are you saying that she could wild shape into the Kool-Aid Man? Because first of all, is the Kool-Aid Man the glass or is he the liquid? We don't know. Second of all, how would you know what the Kool-Aid Man looks like? This is Dungeons and Dragons in like the Middle
Allie
Ages.
doesn't know. Allie
Does this
doesn't
mean that
know.
the
but we
Kool-Aid
do.
Man is a beast?
Yeah, that's obvious. That's not one of the
She could
questions
wild-
here.
I swear, I would put it in the aberration category, but anyway.
Sorry, no, I was thinking it's turning into Wild Shape and then doing a Kool-Aid Man maneuver. Thank you very much.
What's the CR of Kool-Aid Man? Kyle wants to know.
Oh.
It's high. It's got to be high.
Probably, well, I don't know.
Well,
probably pretty
he's a
good
glass
ability.
cannon, quite literally.
Yeah.
Although
bowl.
he breaks through stuff. He breaks through stuff, and he'll
Made
break
of-
through a cement wall, and he has no issue.
Yeah, he's
of
fine.
adamantine
Tempered
glass.
glass. Tempered. Anyway, this
You
is.
guys are gonna have to put Kool-Aid Man now. That's all I'm hearing from this.
That's the next.
Forget
that-
Galthul.
that's my next.
That's who Galthul is trying to resurrect. Anyway.
No,
You've just
that's
given-
what he looks like when he turns into a lich, for real, for real.
You've just given me the idea for
No.
the next bullshit tube shot.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm so
you.
excited! It's just brands instead of holidays.
Oh, God.
You're welcome.
Oh no.
I'm glad this is recorded.
Oh,
Anyway,
no.
bye.
Yeah.
Not.
Gosh, we need to do this now for like Black Friday or something. Anyway.
Oh my god. Genius.
Keep giving me ideas.
I'm here for it.
Don't forget to follow while you guys are doing this right now, so that you guys can see when we eventually do stupid shit like this. Anyway.
Really serious, but we have fun too. We fight with each other, but also we're goofy.
Speaking of serious scenes, I'm sorry, I completely derailed. Anyway.
That's okay. Derailment for 2 minutes is totally worth it.
We do it all the time. It's our brand. Anyway.
End scene. So there are many eyes that we have across the city that we can keep open.
But we may need extra help in taking this down once and for all, finally.
If this is called for, you simply need to tell us when and where.
Thank you very much. I just want to see him crushed.
As do we all.
Well,
Is there anything else that I can be of service to?
Caleb actually hesitates. Lamith, can I ask you a question? Is resurrection in all of its forms truly a crime against the lady?
He, listening to your words, sort of turns and begins pacing against one of the walls, sort of brushing his hand lightly against it. Crime? No, not necessarily. The threads of fate are tricky and twisted. Many of the strands become intertwined over time. And there are those in this world that have their threads severed before they have reached their end. In all situations, no. But there are those that wish to defy fate altogether. There are those that wish to rise up, become the undead, and corrupt the thing that the matron attempts to protect. There is a fine line between the two, but a line does exist. What makes you ask of this question? They turn to you, their gaze very piercing in this moment.
Well, Caleb takes the book out from behind him, like that he had tucked. This was what Galthul was doing. I shove it across. I would like to have it back after you're done looking at it.
They take it and thumb through it slightly and shut it, not forcefully, but swiftly. You said this was found on him.
Correct. We believe he is resurrecting Azrael again. Well, he can't anymore because we took the assets.
Did you see where this book was taken from?
No. Do I know where? I don't know where it came from, right?
You've been assuming it came from the spire.
Oh, I thought you meant like where. Okay, never mind. Assuming.
But
they
assuming
expl-
isn't the same as knowing.
No, I thought I never mind. I took it too literally. Well, the commotion from last night. We haven't really looked into much more where it truly came from, but perhaps he stole it.
Seems as though we will have to speak with some of the guilds.
I can take care of that. If need be. I want to know everything and anything I can possibly can about finishing this.
So be it. As he hands the book back over to you, and you reach out to take it, his grasp stays strong on it for a moment. By relinquishing this back to you, you are entrusted to keep it safe and to not allow it to fall into the wrong hands again. That understood?
Yes, absolutely. I would never. What? Sorry, Lemeth, my mind is all over the place.
I can see this.
anyone who uses this book would be an enemy, correct? Caleb also has his hand still on the book, like, as they're speaking about it.
It depends on the intent. To bring back a fellow champion who has not yet completed their goals. If it is the maiden's wishes. To bring back someone whose thread is still long. Not everything that undoes death undoes fate.
Caleb takes a really big step back. How do you know? How do you know?
You trust. And you listen.
Okay.
And if it is the maiden's will, you will know.
Caleb hesitantly comes back and picks up the book. Thank you, Lameth.
Hope to hear word from you very soon.
Sounds good. I have my familiar if I need to reach you in any other odd way. He nods and puts his mask back on and puts the book back
Okay.
in his pack.
All right.
And walks. Well, he starts walking out, but stops at the grave one more time.
Where at this point you would see the almost fist-sized blooming bud of a flower that is now perched, and there seems to be 3 other small shoots sort of beginning to extend from where this bulb has been placed.
Because nobody can see because he has a mask on, he might pop a tear out. Just one.
Okay.
And then pats his chest piece where the necklace is underneath, and then finally heads out.
Okay. And with that, we round ourselves back to Iara, who is outside of the large magical shop that is the Portable Potence, with this very large sort of purple sign that has been painted over top of the door, with these sort of swirling spirals and things, bits of sparkling, and walking up to it, you see that the letters of the sign sort of shimmer and change the closer you get to it, into these different vibrant, sort of iridescent colors.
All right. Yeah, I walk in. Is there anybody in the shop? Patron?
Currently no, and currently opening the door and coming in, you would see Triss is currently up on a ladder, getting some things from some of the upper shelves in her shop. And coming into this, it is a site that you are entirely familiar to, but there are tons of bits and bobs, things, weapons, bits of armor. There is off in one corner an entire set of plate mail that is this beautifully inscribed golden suit that exists off there that has been sitting there for several years unsold. But anything and everything that could be created, crafted, and magically enchanted exists in this place, along with some potions and other things, and spell components that exist in this space. Triss, hearing the small chime that rings with the door being opened, would look down and sort of turns like expectantly, and you see like the stereotypical, customer service face sort of begin to creep, and then they go, "Oh, it's you."
Yeah, it's just me. And I walk over to their to the sales counter or whatever. Whatever sort of, where people put their merch before they buy it. And I like hop up on it and sit on it, and I'm like, I am already so over this. And I've been around them for like 12 hours. Like, it's crazy.
What are they doing now, love?
They want to go get themselves killed. You heard it. It's very frustrating. It's the usual with them. You've met
understand. Them. They're the brash types. This is what they do. They have to solve problems with their fists and just figure things out. This is them.
Yeah, but the last time we did that, we got fucking Rin killed.
I know.
And now they want to go do it again, and now they're gonna get themselves killed. And me, probably. Anyway, I need to re-up on some stuff. I used some shit during that fight with Galfool.
Okay. What do you need?
Well, I kind of do the math in my head. By the way, I did almost just now. I only have 2 dice left on here because all the other ones, as I said in the intro, or close to the intro, I knocked off of my desk and behind the bed. 3 of them survived. 1 happens to be the D20, which is helpful. I did almost knock the last 2, besides the D20, off the desk again. Just now. It was close. But I give her a list of some of the stuff, the specific, components that I need for a few of these spells that I did and, ran out of.
Okay. And easy enough to do for like baseline components and stuff. Chris doesn't charge you. Like, it's not that big a deal. For kind of the less expensive items and things. If there's something that has a monetary gold cost, you would have to pay for it. But I don't think you expended anything like that in the last fight.
I think so. Yeah, unless we're counting the idea that she uses drugs for her wild magic as more expensive things, but they're just mushrooms.
You can keep your own private stash of that, if you would like, but I won't make you track it.
Cool.
If you don't want to.
Great.
So, Triss gets everything sort of together and just refills your own bag with it and rolls it up and slides it across the counter and sort of leans over on it and just kind of looks at you.
What?
There are times that I wish that I took a path of what you guys did. I know it didn't end great all the time, but you guys really helped people. You guys really did amazing things.
Did we? I don't know.
Yes.
I feel like I don't know about helping people, but I feel like you've helped more people here than I ever did. We ran around thinking we were heroes for 8 years. And then we got our asses kicked. I don't know. It's just, it was never... It was a thing that Caleb and I thought was cool when we were teenagers and we met some travelers on the road and then we just did it without thinking anything through.
Have you really never thought of... I don't know.
What, settling down and getting a normal job like I did? It's better.
Oh,
It's
no,
safer.
just...
Less friends die.
What happened to Rin angers all of us, and angers even me, and I wasn't even that close with you guys at the time. But there's never the thought of justice? Revenge?
Of course there is, but not if that comes with the death of somebody else. I mean, fuck Guffle, but you know what I mean. If I could... Listen. Tris. If I could go into whatever fucking cave Galthul buried himself in and blow it up with me inside, I'd happily do it. But I can't. And I don't think Caleb and Allie would feel very satisfied with that type of revenge anyway. I don't particularly care.
You would.
What?
You just said that you would, though.
I would, yes, and I would go...
Make that sacrifice. That's exactly how they feel. Look, Yara, I get it. I know. I don't always agree with them either. I'm terrified of what the fuck you guys are talking about earlier today. But, like, you have to at least understand them. Look, it might not be a good call. It might not be a good idea. But these are people that you were at least close with once. And you guys had each other backs then, and you guys trusted each other. And yes, I know, it's messy, but if you really don't want them to throw their lives away, you should make that known.
I have.
And not just in the way that you do, in the way that they'll understand it.
They don't. They won't. I tried that. Caleb left. Allie left. And they didn't come back. And now they did. But maybe 6 years is too fucking long.
Do you think it is?
No, I don't.
I know.
It's not fair. It's not fucking fair. They come back. I finally figured out how to live without them. And now they just roll up and they're like, great, let's just do it all again. Here we go. And then one of them's gonna die. And it's gonna be another 10 years of me feeling sorry for myself because I didn't do something correctly in a fight that we were destined to lose anyway. And I just don't... I know it's selfish, but I don't want to do that again. But I have to. So. It doesn't matter.
Have to because they're doing it, or have to because you want to?
Have to because if I don't, then I'll feel guilty about it for the rest of my life. Also, don't you fucking dare say this outside of this room. If we have that fucking book and the other components, might as well try to undo the shit that we fucked up the last time.
You don't need.
Of course that's what I mean.
Look, I know that. I fair, fair, fair. I will say, from my brief knowledge of what that spell was, you need a body. It's not impossible. That's some serious magic to get that back.
I can do some serious magic. I
Okay.
know it's not predictable. It's worth it to try. Honestly, does it really matter? If Caleb even gets the whiff of me wanting to do that, he'll just, I don't know, shoot me with a arrow through the chest or something.
Didn't know that was in his repertoire.
Probably, I don't know. He's been doing a lot of weird shit lately. He came in with that mask. I don't know, man.
Fair. His whole style is kind of different nowadays.
It's very different. It's, you know, it was never good when we were kids. No offense to him, but like, it was never good when we were kids, but like, it was getting better.
I like it now,
and then,
though.
like, Rin really helped. It was very much the girlfriend glow up kind of thing, and then it was just like, I guess he forgot all of that and said, like, I guess I'll just raid my girlfriend's closet in the most intense way of just taking her religion and
Right.
dressing in that forever.
Fuck me, dude.
Damn. No, get it out. Get it out.
This
This is good. This is healing.
They slept in my house yesterday. Like, I can't handle this.
I get that. I'm sorry. I know this is entirely awkward. If you need a break, like,
It's fine.
please.
It's fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
But always just, you know, just get out of there. Breathe a little bit. Like, it's.
Oh, was this?
They don't have to stay with you.
Where else are they gonna go?
They're adults. They can find somewhere to stay. But hell, based off the way that Caleb looks, I'm sure he's used to sleeping on the streets now.
You gave
I
you
feel bad after that one. I'm
No, it was
sorry.
good. No, and I grab their hand and I make them high five me. No, it was really good.
Okay.
He's essentially my little brother. It's hilarious.
Well,
Get out, Grant. You got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
before you all go and march to your death, which is not gonna happen, stop by. I'll pick up some things now while you're here. Like, could always use some more armaments and potions and portents.
I'll bring
They're
them.
quite portable, given the name.
Yes, I know. No, I'm aware of your stuff. It's very portable. Ugh.
And
This is
if
not-
you really, I know that you think this whole idea is bad, but if there's something that you, like, speak your mind, if they're being brash. I hate to break it to you, but you're kind of the most level-headed one out of the bunch now.
I don't know how that happened.
It's frightening.
I
But
think I'm
true.
just the fucking scaredest out of the bunch. Because Allie lives in the woods now. And Caleb's just itching to die.
That's well. Man,
That's the,
Is this fun for you guys? Me reading you to Phil?
yeah.
when you put it that way, but just, I know those two can bounce off of one another and make a chain reaction of bad decisions.
Canon.
But if it's really a bad idea, I feel like they'll listen. They seem to have learned at least something in the past couple of years.
see. Well, I'm sure I'll bring them back here before we go wherever we're going. Kyle, I know. I don't know how to make it go away. There's a weird staticky clicking in the audio. It's because of my mic. It's always been because of my mic. It'll always be there. Anyway.
The burns, however, will require therapy.
The burns will require therapy. So sorry. That's why I said them when you weren't here. You don't know. Yeah. I'll bring them by, or I'll send one of them with a shopping list or something before we go. But I've got pretty much everything I need and some more special stash at home, so we should be good. But Triss definitely knows about what I do.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Yeah. Well, if I die, you get my apartment, and I get off the counter.
No, don't want that on me.
Yeah, you do. It's a nice one. Quinn will make you coffee in the morning. It's great. You just knock on the floor twice. Is it Quinn or Quill? It's Quill.
Quill.
Quill will make you coffee in the morning. You just knock on the floor twice. He knows exactly what I get. Although you'll have to probably. Ooh, I'll leave you money to deal with the tab. Bye.
Positive thoughts as the door shuts. All right. Well, I will say, for the sake of brevity, the three of you reconvene. Oh, yes, no, please. Caleb, what would you like to do? Because we cut back to Caleb.
Sorry.
Where's Quit biting my hand?
The dog.
Stop it.
Seriously, doesn't.
What has he got? Is it a gingerbread man?
This is gingerbread man.
His throat is slit though.
Yeah, he's seen better days.
That's his
He
neck.
got murked.
Holy
Anyway.
shit!
I'm sorry, Bubba. You
I
can't
love
have
you,
to
but
play now.
I know. Go play with your bone. Are there like prayer gardens and stuff? Like, is that a thing?
Are you looking? Well, there are gardens.
Mm-hmm. Like near the temple.
The temple district would have some. Yes, there is a temple to the Wild Mother in this space that would have a lot of nature and things in it. The people just tend to, it's not like in the temple or anything. It's just the grounds like surrounding it.
But the Raven Queen temple? There's nothing like that around.
Not really.
Okay, can I kind of retcon that I fully left the building?
I thought you did. Yeah.
I know, yeah, I did, but like,
Oh,
I would
yeah,
like
sure.
to go back because
Sure.
I thought of something Caleb would do.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he would actually go to his own, or wherever you can pray. Can you pray out loud? Or I guess it would be in my head, but I would narrate it. So just wherever people pray.
Did you ask if you could pray out loud?
Yeah, I was
Were
like,
you
you
raised-
pray out loud or in your head.
Were you raised religious, Amanda?
Huh?
I need to know this for
Yeah.
context. Were you raised
I
religious?
was. Yeah.
Okay.
That's like, how does this work, bud? Anyway. No, I realized because the temple's quiet, so I wouldn't want him to just be like shouting
fair.
in there, but like
You just kind of like
wait.
whisper under your breath, like, "Hello,
Like,
maiden, I would like to talk."
hello, Raven Mother. No. That's
Nick?
Hello, mother.
Mother.
Yes, mother.
Anyway, that's another thing. You should go on YouTube and follow us and watch all of our previous streams. That was from the holiday special.
Only one shot. It's great. Really fun.
Yeah.
Same cast and crew. Vicky's DMing it. Anyway.
I go to a place of prayer.
Yeah. Easy enough to do. There are places to kneel, places to sit. Everywhere that can be done. There's like a reflection pool that exists sort of on the other side of the column of faces.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds weirder than it is.
Mhm.
No, it's pretty weird. And yeah, what would you like to do?
I am going to go to the most potent spot in the temple for presents and kneel.
Okay.
And I'll be probably talking out loud, but this would probably be in Caleb's head. But he would like to try and I don't know if you reach out to the Raven Queen directly, but he would try.
Okay.
He's trying to talk to mom.
What do you say? What are you looking for?
I guess actually first, or it was. Oh, but is there like something special you say to the Raven Queen, or do you have to like?
Whatever you desire.
Okay. Great. He's kind of awkward about it at first, but Lady Floss, I know I don't reach out probably as much as I should, but I need some answers, and they need to come from you. Please hear me.
Caleb, go ahead and roll me a D percentile.
Okay. Add in this thing.
D100.
Okay. Is that good? Is it 25?
What are your questions?
He would be quiet for a minute and just be like, is seeing someone string, is that a gift? Can you tell me? Can you grant me that? I need it to complete this mission properly.
You close your eyes in this moment, and there is this coolness that takes over your body, this sense of not necessarily peace, but that of a presence that exists, that's familiar. You imagine 3 figures sort of standing on either side of you. From 2 of them, there comes this very faintly glowing golden strand that points to the front of you, continues and continues and continues. And looking into this void, there's a sense of unrest and unease. There's a sense of fear. And the familiar putrid smell and ringing in the back of your mind that you're used to feeling in the presence of things that are. As these threads, and now one appearing from your own chest, just endlessly expand in that direction, moving towards whatever the cause of that is.
Thank you for showing me, but can I request to see 2 specific people?
What are those 2?
Yara and Allie.
And as you're sitting there on either side of you, in this almost dark place, there are the 2 visages, as though molded out of porcelain, of your 2 compatriots. The shapeless forms now give way to their visage. and the threads of fate seemingly pointing all towards the directions, or the same direction.
If I may, how does one know if it's... How do I know I'm not... Forgive me. If I have to make a choice, how do I know it's not going to go against your will?
Your vision moves and changes. The two individuals on either side of you dim and fade away till you are left with your singular strand coming off into space. And you watch as it branches and splits and loops back and splits and comes back until there's this tree, this web of threads that all convene back into the single point, single line.
Okay. He kind of like bows his head a little more and is like, I appreciate your presence. Thank you for what you've shown me today. And then he, if she doesn't have anything else to say, we'll end the prayer.
Okay. In doing so, you come back to your surroundings. Incense smoke being heavy in the air in here, and the faint footsteps of individuals moving about the space. Anything else you would like to do?
No, I'm done for real now. You would probably sit there just for a minute and then get up and go to meet the party.
Okay. Well, the three of you reconvene at the abode above the ugly duckling.
My house.
Yara's small apartment that she has that.
I got your map, and I slap it on the table as they come in.
Thanks. Somewhat good news. Spoke to our old friend Kadash. He's lieutenant now, did you know that?
Yeah. I live here. Of course I
Oh.
know that. We got drinks,
did.
like, I don't know, it's been a minute, but like a month ago?
Ali takes a breath and then says, suffice to say, if we can find some hard evidence where Galthul is, the Crown's Guard might be able to provide a little bit of help.
Edgar like flies through the door before Caleb does and is just like and then yeah, if you hold out your hands he would go into your hands.
Hi.
and,
Oh, perfect.
and then
I
Caleb
whisper
stumbles.
in Edgar's ear, and I go, I like you better than your dad.
If
Reasonable.
chuckle, he's chuckling. He's kind of like
I love it.
Ali gives Edgar probably a little scritch on the back of the deck and then goes over and starts looking at the maps, and
ruffles his feathers.
knowing the direction that I saw Galthul go, I want to start figuring out places he could have been. Or he could have ended up.
I walk in and join the conversation.
we right, I think so. You would know based off of Caleb's role from last week, that when a vampire is in the state that they were in previously, in their quote unquote mist form, they have roughly an hour to get back to a place of rest, a place that they have deemed somewhere that they can recuperate and recover, or they fizzle out. So with that knowledge, you would know that they at least would have had to have gone somewhere within the city walls, as there is no, you assume somewhere within the city walls, there is no other habitated place close enough to Essos that they could have escaped to. It's possible that they went somewhere outside the walls in the wilderness. How likely that is, you're unsure of, but it would have had to have been, based off of the direction that they were heading, somewhere towards the southern district of Essos, closer to where the ports are and the outwall areas are, which is the sort of slums that line the outer walls of the city. That they would have to be basically in the opposite direction of the Spire district.
That wouldn't be a bad place to hide. Okay. Allie points out the area. And as promised, fills both of you in on the direction she saw Galthul go and that reasoning.
Makes sense. Also, we have the help of the temple. Just say when and where.
So we just gonna...
I have something I could try doing. It's not particularly easy, but I can try. And this is one of those spells that I can cast now. That does require a material component, however, it is not used up. It's scrying.
Oh, she's getting a little witchy with it. I love it.
Now, the question I have for you, Mac,
Yes.
is as far as the material cost goes for this, it requires a focus of 1,000 gold pieces value.
Yep.
And I'm just curious if that's something that we can assume that Allie would have at 12th level overall, or because I don't think we ever fully covered what kind of assets aside from the magic items we have.
In something like this that is just a material component that is not consumed with the spell, we can make the assumption that you have at some point come across this, whether via an odd job or whether saving up for it. That is definitely doable if it would have been important to Allie to have this spell. I imagine it would.
Yeah, okay. So what Allie does, and I'm gonna mess with the material component a little bit. She pulls out a small palm size sphere of crystal. It's not perfect, and it's not like white transparent crystal. It's got imperfections in it, but it holds a perfect shine. And she just holds up a finger and says, "Give me a minute," and starts focusing. Now, let me just read through this really quick. So we can hear or see a particular creature. a creature of our choice so long as they are on the same plane. They have to make a wisdom save modified by how well the caster knows them.
Yes.
And physical connection. As far as physical connection goes, I was literally biting the dude.
You are familiar with Gelthul.
Okay.
And are you using a position or garment as a focus?
I will use the satchels.
All right.
Which means that would be, I mean, no, it would be a possession. I was going to say I literally had part of him in my teeth. I could just pick out a little. I know it's
But you
gross. Anyway,
sloshed water in there, didn't you?
I know. I
Judge.
shot myself in the foot with that. So essentially, because I'm familiar with the guy and I have a possession, that is a -9 penalty to their roll to save against this.
That is correct.
Nice.
All right. And what is your spell save DC?
Looks like it's 15.
15. So. Okay. Ellie, you're holding this crystal that you have, and the two of you watch as she begins to focus on this thing, and the swirling of wind begins to happen inside of the apartment as Ali's hair is sort of buffeted and garments and tapestries on the walls begin to shake slightly as Ali, you beginning to focus. You feel your mind being pulled through the earth, through this network of system of plants, this living, breathing thing that you have this connection of. It's traveling inexplicably fast through this tunnel work as your vision clears after this rush, and as you look with this sort of fainted, fuzzy outline to the periphery of your vision as you see the scarred and stained white scales of Gelthul. Fully formed, sitting on what looks to be a barrel of some kind, speaking to someone who, in this moment, the abilities and wills of the spell don't allow you to really see them super clearly. You can get a faint descriptor of, you don't see any Fae type features in them. They seem to be human. They seem to be shorter than Gelthul as he is sort of talking up to them in this sitting position. But you get to hear what he's saying in this moment as a part of this spell. Look, I understand that some of our timetables are going to have to be adjusted for this, but trust me, things will be returned to us. You have nothing to worry about. As the other individual sort of responds to them. Look, Gelthul, as much as I respect you, you've already failed once. We're not going to give you the opportunity to try it again. As you see, Gelthul stands at this point, sort of meeting the gaze of this individual that you now see is this athletic-looking, bearded individual, fairer skinned, with sort of long beard tied into small, tight braids. As Gilthul stands, his eyes beginning to burn this color of embers that you're used to as he you see the jaw clenching as he stands up. The other individual taking a bit of a more aggressive stance as he does so. You have no authority in this decision. Must be best that you remember that. As Gilthul walks past him, shoving him fairly hard, as you see him now moving down this chamber, this sort of lightless space. Every now and again, there's this small candle light that sort of illuminates the path, but it is this dark, seemingly never-ending tunnel, interior, catacomb. You're not entirely sure. Lightless in its space, as the last thing that you hear sort of from him as the spell begins to fade is fucking soon, very soon. It will be proven wrong. It will be proven soon. As your mind comes back and is pulled back to the room.
Edgar's like in your face, like making sure you're okay, like with huge beady eyes.
And just to check, that was the full like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I could. Okay.
not-
Allie.
yeah.
Allie just goes a little cross-eyed because there's a bird in her face for a second. It's just like, hi Edgar. I'm here. You're not gonna peck me, are you?
He kind of just your forehead really light, and then like lands on the table.
Allie fills the rest of you in.
There's a fucking another one. Where does this end?
Well, we know there's a we now. What are the sewers like in the city? Are they big enough for a mechanical hippo?
No.
It didn't sound like that. It just.
Did you get any sort of clues as to where he would be in this area on the map? For that? Or through that?
The only light I could see was from candles.
What about what material?
It was masonry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, specifically masonry, not hewn stone.
I know where we will be going next.
Okay.
There's only one guild I know of that knows every single type of stone in and out of this city. And that might give us a clue.
The stone.
They're very passionate about their rocks.
Sorry,
what?
You want to go see the stone, guys?
The Mason Guild, yes.
The stoners.
Yeah, the stone.
I have one right here.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Alright.
We can. Yeah, sure. Ellie does not look excited about hanging around a lot of stone. It's not really her vibe, but it's fine.
Unless you guys have a better idea. That's the only lead I can think of.
It's not a bad one. Depending on if it leads anywhere, do we want to stop by Triss's shop first?
I
Or do we
suppose it
want
would-
to...
What?
I think we still have a bet about whether that suit of armor is still there.
Do you want me to tell you?
No. Caleb and I bet 1 silver piece on whether or not that suit of armor would still be there in 5 years.
Who has the... Who
suit
said...
of armor?
Who
Amanda's
said...
forgetting.
There's a suit of armor in there that's been there for years.
Oh,
That, like,
yeah,
Mac
okay.
just mentioned during
Offhanded
the... Yeah.
chaos.
I didn't hear that
But,
comment.
Muttered.
Okay.
Who bet... Who bet which way?
Did we make this bet before everything happened? How long to go?
No,
just-
it happened last night. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm gonna say Allie probably bet that Triss would have been able to sell it at one point.
That armor is so goddamn ugly. It's still there. He's not looking at you, but he mutters across the room.
Well...
Well, I guess if you want that silver piece, you'd better come along.
I'll give it to Edgar. He likes shiny things.
As this conversation is happening, 3 of you hear the audible click. They lock.
In my house?
Your apartment.
Where?
I'm sorry?
The door?
Of the front door being locked. Simultaneously, the tapestries that go over top of the windows flutter down on their own.
Oh shit, what the?
We'll pick up there next week.
No!
I knew he was gonna do that.
I assume this room is too small for me to turn into something monstrous. Okay.
No!
I turn to Alan and I go, "Don't break my furniture!"
Oh my god, what?
Oh boy, what a cliffhanger. Well, thank you guys all for joining us for Dungeons and Dragons tonight.
Indeed, not in space.
Yes.
You're not in space?
Correct. Yeah, thank you for joining us for this fun adventure. Shout out to everybody in chat. It was intense, yes. Also, Lynn Jersey had a fun joke before. The sewers are big enough for at least the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But shout out to Lynn Jersey for being here. Shout out to Kyle for being here. Thanks for popping in, y'all. And shout out to everybody who's catching the VOD later, either here or on the YouTube channel. Also, thank you to my lovely compatriots, Amanda and Grant, for playing this fun game with me. And thank you to our lovely Dungeon Master, McKenna, for weaving such a fun, scary story. Not scary, but like tense story. Fun, suspenseful. That's the word I was looking for. As far as the rest of the week goes, on Thursday, I will be here playing some Sims. I just got a spooky pack, so we're going to do some seances and figure out who is haunting my house. It's very exciting. Also, I think I'm gonna have a baby. So one of my characters is gonna have a baby, and the other one is going to work on ghost hunting. It's, priorities.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, the
In
infant.
addition to the mermaids.
They're also mermaids now, and one's an astronomer, and it feels very Barbie at this point, and I like it. And I do say that Sims is just playing dolls digitally, so,
Barbie.
sometimes the dolls don't listen to you when you tell them to go do something, and then instead they go and do push-ups. Anyway. Also, you can check out all the links in It's a Barbie World. You can check out all the links in the chat for things like our Discord, our YouTube channel with the VODs on it for this and for my gaming videos. You can do all the fun, silly stuff. And you can also donate to LA Wildfire Recovery. I think that's about it. Am I forgetting anything?
Mm-mm.
All right. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye.